Hey, good afternoon, guys. Hey, welcome to the channel. That moment when you hit your scene transition button before you unmute your microphone. Good afternoon, everybody, or good morning, wherever you are out in the world right now, and welcome to the channel, where we've changed the name slightly, ever so slightly. Deanna the Rainbow Unicorn, I see you here. Thank you very much for being here, Deanna. I know you're busy today. I know you've got a lot of things to do, but I appreciate whenever you get a chance to drop in. You might see we slightly changed the name of the channel to Huttch Plays as opposed to Huttch 1975. I figured I'd try and move away from the year that it was discovered that arboreal racination, which began in the Jurassic period, had a significant impact on Proto-Neanderthal migration into India and Asia by Dr. Rosenstein Dunbar here at the University of Waterloo here in Canada. I decided I should probably move away from that year and just kind of go with more of a generic title. So that's the new title to our channel. MightFox64, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. Am I reading that right? Oh my goodness, guys. I gotta get my eyes checked. And guys, we played, 2 days ago, we played Monster Prom for the first time and failed miserably at getting a date. We made 2 tries and couldn't get a date either time. So Monster Prom just released new DLC called Monster Prom Second Term. So we're going to check that out today and see if we can finally get a date. Will I be doing online? No, not this afternoon. This afternoon I'm just going to be doing single player Might Fox. Just to finally get that date. Gotta finally make it happen. Our first playthrough, I kind of finally figured out what's the kind of deal. Might Fox, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. The second time around, I think we had a better understanding of how to play the game, but we still didn't get it. We tried to get Polygeist with the first date, failed. And then we tried to get Vera Oberlin with the second attempt, and that didn't work as well. So we're gonna try Second Term, which introduces some new characters, new love interests. We'll see if we have any better success. Gonna go, but I have to watch the replay. I want to see the Monster Prom. Oh, Deanna. Thank you. You don't have to say that. I appreciate that, though. You're playing it right now? Might Fox, have you ever succeeded? There's be plenty out there, people there who've gotten a date for Monster Prom, and I actually thought about, you know, if it didn't have such bad, directions it could go, changing my channel name to Huttch Sucks might have been a good direction. Then my gag could be I suck at everything that I play. Watch Huttch suck at Monster Prom. Watch Huttch suck at The Sims 4. We'll see what we can do. 6 months in a row sub. Deanna, you are awesome. I don't know why my stream alerts didn't go off for the sub. I'm gonna have to recheck my settings on that. Never played it before, but I'm playing it right now. My first time playing it. Oh, okay. Very cool, Might Fox. I think you'll enjoy it. It's hilarious. The writing in the game is so funny. Really well written. It's just a neat idea. You know, it's as far as dating sims go, it's funny. It's entertaining. I mean, lots of people play visual novels, anime visual novels with kind of this idea of dating and getting together with someone, and this one's just it's very clever, very well written. So that being said, let us jump into Monster Prom Second Term. Now, I just installed the game here, so hopefully... See, because before it used just to say Monster Prom, now it says Monster Prom Second Term. How do we explore the Second Term material? We got 1 player. Oh, here we go. So first term classic, second term DLC. Let's do the DLC, and let's do the full game, of course. Around 60 minutes. Now, are we going to get the same introduction that we did with the original Monster Prom? Ah, spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. That's exactly how Monster Prom starts out, the original. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. I love how this starts off like what's his name? Hughes. Who did Breakfast Club? Oh, I gotta Google it real quick now. Breakfast Club. John Hughes. That's the name. This is starting off like a John Hughes movie here. Alright, let's be green again. We were green and yellow last time. We'll be green again this time.
Yeah.
Green. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. Actually, I've experienced it twice, but who's keeping score? Ooh, I remember clearly. 6 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 8 most charismatic students. Okay, I see a couple of new faces already. We got Scott, Polly, Liam, I think his name was. Then, what's her name again? Mer something? Davy? Was that Davy or something like that? And Vera. Scott Howell, age 21. I just figured out, too, why they're 21. Do you remember how when we started playing Monster Prom 2 days ago, I said it's a prom, but they're not teenagers? I just realized why they're in their 20s and over 19. Because if they were under 19, with the adult material that this game talks about, that would technically be child pornography. So, I get why they're all 19 and older now. I couldn't wrap my head around it, and I was like, oh, of course they're 19 and over. So they're 19 and over in high school. A werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Miranda Vanderbilt, that's her name, age 19. A sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Polly Geist, maybe age 22. I like the piece Richard Nixon posed there. A party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. Damien LaVey, that's his name, age 21, a reference to Anton LaVey. A fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Liam de Leoncourt, 400 maybe? A hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid the fact that he was truly a lovable dork. Zoe Forever? So we got like a Cthulhu kind of themed love interest here now. An eldritch cutie who went from endless deity of the dark realms to ultimate fangirl. Calculester Hewlett-Packard version 1.0. Amazing. A library computer who had become a sentient robot, ready to experience life to its fullest. I love that he's making the heart gesture there. And Vera Oberlin, age 23. A mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. Who's missing? Is anyone missing, or did they just add 2 new... I think they just added 2 new love interests. I don't think we've replaced any love interests. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their hearts. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start the famous starting words of Monster Prom. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. Okay, here we go. This is where we get our stats, and we learned on our second playthrough of Monster Prom that how you answer this quiz will affect how much chance you have of getting a particular date. So if there is a particular character you want to get a date with, you have to answer the kind of questions that they would like. I'm trying to think of who we would go for this time around. We tried for Polly Geist and Vera Oberlin last time, so maybe we should try for the Eldritch girl this time. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. So yeah, in the multiplayer format, if you're playing with several people, we all get different stats, and then I guess maybe we try to ask the same characters out, maybe there's like even a challenge that you could be competing for the love interest of different players. Or sorry, multiple players could be competing for one particular character's love interest. That would be interesting. Let's start. If you could put a curse on your worst enemy, what would it do? You can't rely on the effectiveness of a curse. I prefer to take care of my enemies the old-fashioned way, by exposing them to unsafe doses of radiation over the course of several years. I'd curse them to fall in love with a wonderful person and be happily married for years before they realize that all this time, their partner was a wild panther in disguise. Then the panther viciously devours my enemy. Classic. The curse of always meeting obnoxious people at parties who are super into new fad diets that feel the need to explain them in detail. Let's go with the wild panther in disguise. Or maybe the unsafe doses of radiation. Yeah, let's do the you can't rely on the effectiveness of a curse. So smart. School is outdated and lame. We need a new school subject ASAP. Critical thought. I mean, damn, this country could really use a subject like that in schools. Nice. How to correctly punch a crocodile without terrible consequences. Turning people into your puppets through emotional warfare and deception 101. These both seem like ones that Polly and Vera would like. I wonder if Critical Thought would be the Eldritch girls, the ultimate fangirl, her deal. Let's go with that. Let's go for smart. What's the sexiest type of knowledge a lover can have? A bachelor's in engineering? Lyrics to all Disney songs? Sports? The sports? All the principles to build a financial empire? How to make a killer cocktail out of anything? Or how to set stuff on fire? I wonder if the fangirl is gonna like lyrics to all Disney songs. Let's go for that. Miranda likes that. Your partner just gave you a cool gift for your anniversary, but you totally forgot. Quick, come up with an idea for a great gift. Anything on fire or a weapon. No, a weapon on fire. Amazing. Yes, I did choose the Disney one. But apparently that's, what's her name? The mermaid girl. Miranda likes that. The head of their fiercest enemy. A friendly Roomba with wobbly eyes. An art commissioned by Picasso. Anything capable of leading them to an overdose of some sorts. Or a silly toy that makes silly noises. Friendly Roomba with wobbly eyes? Oh, the robot likes that. Oh, Picasso would have been the Eldritch fangirl's love. We'll see what happens here.
Sure.
Week 1, here we go. Let's start off. I always do these in order. I never kind of jump around. What do you got, Ryan? That day while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly how Monster Prom starts out. You're blue, and I felt the smart guy likes me. So that's Liam, the vampire dude? Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. Oh, I'm really smart. Green is really smart on this playthrough. You feel the ratio of cheesiness in the surroundings growing, and that can only mean...
Extraordinary.
Who's the bestest, most perfect, worfect little snooky wookie pie in the whole world? My schmoopsy whoopsie poopsie. What?
Huzzah!
Is there anything in the world that makes one more articulate and well-spoken than the throes of true love? Amazing. Beep boop. His voice is beeping and booping. Running internal search, found 9,969 results, starting with a graduate degree in classic literature. That's what I have. Violet, Tate, your relationship is so perfect. You're always, always together. Oh, this is Violet and Tate here? Well, they are literally stuck together. Oh, Violet's like a growth out of Tate's head. And that's the kind of unyielding codependence that I demand from a future multi-hyphenate lover-servant serf. The pink one looks like Rosalina from Mario, and I don't remember the names. Yeah, she does kind of look like that, doesn't she?
Error!
Error found. Unreasonable expectations. How did you know when you found the one?
We're made of love.
Oh, well, you know. When you know, you know.
Server error!
Error. Tautological explanation. Input insufficient to extrapolate useful data. And having realized they have no actually useful input, the couple exits to do more coupley things. But ooh, you know how to tell who's the one, or at least convince one of them that you're the one. I don't want either of them. Easy, Miranda. The one is willing to fight past monsters, face countless dangers, all to break into your home and kiss you while you're sleeping. Totally normal, not problematic at all. Or I could say, you're in luck, Calculester. I've spent years studying and devising this complex formulaic theorem to calculate exactly who the one is. Yes, thank you, Might Fox. Thank you for the follow. I did see that you dropped that. I appreciate that. Well, we'll go for Miranda, I guess. What? A suitor cannot simply kiss me while I sleep? What? How is that a good answer for her? Not bad answer for her. Yes, that does seem to pose some issues about consent. No. It's because I don't have a face when I'm asleep. So there are no lips for them to kiss. What? Why is the robot in Monster? Because he's a monstrous robot, I guess? This goes against all data I have gathered about fellow students. No, it's true. During the day, I'm constantly gazing upon my beautiful visage with appropriate humility. But then at night, I close my eyes, not looking at my face anymore, so it must not exist. That logic is sound for a solipsist. Solipsist being someone who's self-obsessed. For all of you keeping score at home. Aw, heck, you should have known that beautiful self-absorbed fish girl was a solipsist. I lose -2 creativity and -1 fun. Suck. That sucks.
Sure.
Alright, where is... Here we go. Here's Eldritch Fangirl. Let's go meet her there. Looks like Scott and Zoe. Zoe. That's the name of the Eldritch girl. Looks like Scott and Zoe are having marshmallows for lunch. You say that because their cafeteria table is covered in a literal mountain of marshmallows. Zoe slams a marshmallow into her mouth. It's mildly impressive. That's 15 marshmallows. Scott stuffs 6 marshmallows into his mouth at once. It's slightly more impressive. Oh yeah? Well, I'm at Chew Chew Chew. I'm the Chew King of the Mellow. Or is that 3? Ugh, I didn't want to have to do this. But you leave me no choice, rival. Zoe begins to glow purple and convulse. Her tentacles swell. You smell death itself. Ancient chaos doomed to worlds. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice! A cloud of marshmallows rise up into the air, and Zoe's countless mouths all open with an infinite hunger. All of the mellows fly into Zoe's gaping maws. The cafeteria windows open as all marshmallows in a 50-mile radius are summoned to their doom. It's unspeakably impressive. The purple woman is Zoe, Might Fox. Apparently she's some sort of eldritch, Cthulhu-themed monster. Murar. Hey, no fair! If I counted correctly, I've now eaten 13,666 marshmallows exactly, which means I win.
Not cool.
Wait, that is like very not cool. You can't use more than one mouth during an eating contest. It's cheating. And I would know because I used my hands at soccer one time, and I still feel bad about it. No way, I didn't cheat. The validity of this impromptu marshmallow match is my whole reason to live. And my whole reason to not destroy this amazing marshmallow-filled planet. Quick, referee this athletic dispute before the whole planet is destroyed. We can't control how many mouths we have. That's not nice. Scott, are you a good boy or not? Scott, play smart and be creative. Don't you have many other holes you could use to win? I'm guessing Scott would like this answer. But Zoe would probably like this answer. Yes! Scott's eyes widen in primal fear. Wait! I'm sorry, Zoe. I want to be a good boy. I don't want to be not a good boy. Wait, Scott, who's a good boy again? It's me, Scott. Who's a good boy? Me! Then I guess I'm the winner, mouths and all. Zoe may have won the marshmallow battle, but you'll win the marshmallow prom date demon friendship war. Fingers crossed I will be. Alright, week 1 in the evening.
Sure.
Let's go to class, I guess. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. Oh, I'm even smarter. You notice Vera showing off an elaborate new necklace to Miranda. They're the crown jewels of Lemuria. My family acquired them in a cutthroat business merger. Do you like them? Oh yes, very much.
Disgraceful.
Such a shame about the Lemurian royal family, though. What? That they're all dead at the hands of their own servants? No, that was unavoidable once the true tragedy had taken place. They were no longer loved by their subjects. Feared, you mean? She's singing like a Disney princess. It's amazing. Oh no, fear is so scary. Love is what matters. I could not disagree more. You there, settle this dispute for us. What is the best way to let people know how powerful you are? Buy their houses, burn them down, then replace them with a water park? You don't need to convince anyone. Just make everyone who doesn't love you disappear. I don't really want to go for Vera or Miranda, but I guess if I have to choose this time around, we'll go for Miranda.
Oh, how majestic.
Ah, yes, this is Daddy's strategy. The amazing thing is that once the bad people start to disappear without explanation, even people who used to be bad start being very good. It's like magic and so humane. Do you happen to know where your father put all those people who disappeared? Put them? No, silly, they disappeared. Like a magic trick. Ah, yes, I see. You gain +2 charm and +1 smarts, as well as yet another reason never to visit Miranda's kingdom. Interesting. It's setting me up with Miranda here. I don't want to be set up with Miranda in the game. Let's go to the library. That day you spend some time on the library's PCs, mining some bitcoins. This is supposed to have something to do with solving algorithms and the rise of cryptocurrency. But you guess that nobody actually has any fucking idea how it really works. Anyway, you gain +2 bitcoins, which is equal to $2 million. Which unfortunately is equal to 2 monster dollars, so +2 money. Afterwards, Miranda summons you. No, I don't want. It feels weird to be summoned, but you comply. You can't resist her merman goons.
Greetings, fellow classmate.
Thank you for coming, my dear. I have finally decided to trust you with my most important aspiration. Am I gonna have to date Miranda now? And hopefully get in good with Zoe on a second playthrough? Is that how this is gonna turn out? Because my pop quiz set me up with Miranda right at the start? I am destined to be the queen of prom. The royal ascension is nigh. We must prepare. Most of my competition is naive. They foolishly assume that prom queen is a purely ceremonial title. Except Ursula Jr. She's proving to be quite a worthy rival. I respect that. Which is why we must destroy her reputation immediately. Any thoughts? Let's convince everyone that she likes humans. Fart joke. I have no idea which one Miranda would like. Fart joke doesn't seem her style. Polly is the ghost. Yes, Polly is the ghost. That's true. It doesn't take much to make someone look bad in this day and age. You, however, are monsters and went for a total overkill. You hire a Chinese hacker to plant 10 years of pro bono work, rescuing human babies from lawnmowers in Ursula's name. At recess, Dr. Babylove of the Babylove Institute appears out of nowhere and presents her with a Humanity Award. Yes, this will seriously harm her standing with the evil lawnmower creature contingent. That's important voting block. They're the ones who keep the schoolyard so tidy. You gain +2 boldness and +1 smarts. Man, he's so smart. I feel like this is already... If I was doing a Miranda playthrough, this is the key Miranda playthrough. I kind of know what Zoe likes now, though. You sit down with Zoe and Miranda. Miranda is paying no attention to her eating serfs, and Zoe is paying too much attention to them.
Disgusting!
What are you doing, Zoe? Don't you know how rude it is to ogle another woman's eating serfs? I'm not ogling, I'm researching for my fanfic. My dear, what it is about royalty is not called fanfic, it is called propaganda. What? Oh, I'm not writing about you right now. I'm writing about your eating serfs. What? Yep, it's gonna be great. I'm going to really dive into their inner lives, their hopes, dreams, and desires. Oh, don't be silly. Serfs don't have any of those things. Do they, serfs? The eating serf's eyes dart between Miranda and Zoe, terrified. Should they speak, or just shut up and eat? You're right, Miranda. Most serfs don't have thoughts or feelings. Only the really expensive and rare ones do. Or do I say make menacing eye contact with the two serfs, silently place a piece of sushi in your mouth, and chew violently. That seems like the option Zoe would like, whereas you're right, Miranda, would be what she would like. Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to keep trying for Zoe or just take advantage of the fact that Miranda is really into me right now. So hard. So hard to choose. Let's go for Zoe. Okay, guys, we are doing a Miranda playthrough, apparently. Since Miranda's eating serfs are fish people, this is a lot like walking up to a human and deliberately eating a finger in front of them. I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but your show of intimidation really makes Miranda's serfs clam up.
How majestic.
Ah, yes, subtle threats of violence, a true sign of royal lineage.
What?
Ugh, what is it with mortals and not wanting their flesh eaten? Such a weird hang-up. If by weird you mean useful for controlling the masses, then I suppose I agree. The eating serfs try their best to ignore you as they stuff food into their quivering mouths. You feel like you did the right thing, but you don't have much of a conscience, so that's not saying much. Anyway, Miranda's happy. Alright, looks like we're asking Miranda to the prom, everybody.
Sure.
Fine. Go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. You notice Damien and Miranda squatting on the grass, poking something with a stick. You rush over, hoping for a dead possum, but instead you find them gathered around an entire tiny metropolis.
Fucking metal.
Check this shit out. It's our kingdom. I call it Smalltopia. A tiny voice from the city shouts up at you. It's called West Pemberley, and we're not a monarchy. I was gonna just burn it all with a magnifying glass, but I'm happy Miranda stopped me. It's good to be king. The tiny voice from the city says, we vote for our leaders in biannual elections. This is sounding very Monty Python-ish. But we are facing a quandary, how to boost our kingdom's struggling economy. Yeah, the whole place has been facing an economic recession ever since a pigeon stole the hospital to build its nest. The tiny voice says, that red guy stole the hospital and lied about it. I'm used to managing kingdoms that are significantly larger and much more underwater. I'm afraid I'm at a loss. Yeah. Hey, how about being our royal advisor? The pay's shit, but you can take whatever buildings you want. Hey, says the tiny voice. Build a new hospital out of popsicle sticks and hot glue. You know what always boosts an economy? War. I think I saw an anthill over by the water fountain. No, we're gonna build a new hospital. What? You want me to build a hospital? Ugh, I don't build hospitals, I burn hospitals. I neither build nor burn hospitals. The former is servant's work, and the latter is for daddy's soldiers. Come, Damien, let us banish this foolish interloper from our kingdom. What? It's not yours, and it's not a kingdom, screams the tiny voice, but Damien's too busy kicking your ass to notice. You lose -2 fun and -1 boldness. Man.
Sure.
Let's go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class, you just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. Should I go for a unicorn with a toilet on its head, or the concept of marriage itself? Oh boy, I don't know, Mike Fox. I'd have to know the question and the situation, but a unicorn with a toilet on its head always sounds fun. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. I got my boldness back. Somebody puts a sack over your head and throws you in a car. You drive for hours before they let you out and take the sack off. You're popping? Why are you popping, Deanna? What's the prince in the science guy? Oh, I don't know. It's clearly the first floor restroom. Miranda is sitting on a makeshift throne while her goons jump in and out of the toilet.
Greetings and salutations.
I'm glad you came. My prom queen campaign is moving on to the next stage. Your expertise is crucial for this part. Most of my inner circle are fish. Hardly helpful unless genetically engineered beyond recognition. Speaking of which, I need you to help me sneak a 3-meter-tall, heavily armed cod assassin named Tresca into the school. No reason, but if you're friends with that singing harlot Ariel, you'd best say your goodbyes. Do nothing? Every student at our school is some kind of bizarre monster? We need a diversion. Release the Kraken! Let's release the Kraken! Dang it! Why do we suck so bad? Fish hit drums and the menacing beat coming blah 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 and then a whimper. Oh great, the Kraken is stuck in the sewers again. Take the plunger and help the 7-ton monster out. You hurt an octopuppy, how could you? You lose -2 charm and -1 fun. Guys, I'm the worst at this game. It feels like 50-50. It feels like I'm guessing half the time. Ugh.
Sure.
Alright, where's Miranda? Let's keep trying at this. You notice Liam looking disgruntled, which is his default, so whatever. But it seems like Miranda is pretty upset too. Better check it out. Liam, why are you typing on your phone so angrily? Did your phone offend you in some way? Why are you mad at it? You seem to be an 8.5 on the Frowny Liam scale. The what? The Frowny Liam scale. Normally I can tell how people are feeling from their faces, but you seem to be frowning most of the time, so I created a chart to measure your frowniness. Miranda pulls out a notepad and displays a series of doodles of Liam's frowniness. They're not super accurate, but they are super adorable. I'm not angry at my phone. My so-called frowniness is caused by a heinous error. I specifically asked that my creature creme brulee be extra crispy, so it truly popped with my #massacre Instagram filter. Instead, they burnt it to a crisp, rendering it unphotographable. Monsters deserve to know what they're getting into if they choose to eat at this cafeteria, so they could choose to take their business to a different establishment, and so I'm writing a scathing Yelp review. Liam, you can't do that. If they shut the cafeteria down, the school kitchen staff will lose their jobs. Did you know that peasants have to do labor to make living wages? They don't simply have an unlimited store of gold. I was shocked when I first found out. Of course you were. If the kitchen staff wanted to earn their wages, they should have been better at their jobs. I'm simply the merchant of truth. No, you're the merchant of poop. Your royal sophistication shines through. Look, ask Green. His taste may tend toward the mainstream, but surely he can see this subpar cafeteria must be exposed. Don't be ridiculous. Green is surely more compassionate than that and would gladly help me save the cafeteria. Again. Again? Gosh, it's hard to keep track of your misadventures at this shit show of a school. Still, you'll help if you can. Miranda can't understand Liam's admittedly talented criticism alone. This will take an army of homeless people we pay to write positive Yelp reviews of the cafeteria until we eclipse Liam's. Liam, one lone voice cannot simply shut down this cafeteria, at least not the voice of a high schooler. Let's get a renowned food critic to write a Pulitzer-worthy expose to be published in the most widely read periodicals. Let's go with the write Yelp reviews to eclipse Liam's. Why, of course, this plan involves two of my most favorite strategies: gathering an army and outsourcing work to the disenfranchised. If it involved torture and suppression of dissidents, it would hit all my favorites, but there might still be time for that later. I don't even have a response to this. You go to the vast homeless population who wander the woods near the school, don't ask, and convince them the cafeteria is a trendy new restaurant that sells food for the most valuable currency of all: positive Yelp reviews. Turns out people are pretty gullible when they're starving. So they flock to the cafeteria in droves and start writing spectacular reviews on their phones. Because now homeless people have phones of their own? Oh my goodness, it seems they kept all the unwanted Blackberries. Remember Blackberries? Yeah, me neither. Oh! You've just been doing science? So, guys, I went to school in Waterloo, Canada, and Waterloo, Canada is where RIM, Research in Motion, got started. RIM was a huge deal at our school back in the 90s, and RIM is the company who made the Blackberries. So it just is so surreal when I'll see Blackberries mentioned in a game that's made internationally. Miranda Vanderbilt, says Principal Giant Spider, bursting into the cafeteria with eight-legged panache. Stop bringing droves of homeless people into our cafeteria. But Principal Giant Spider, it was absolutely vital to see the vitality of this school. You said that the last 5 times. You can't solve all your problems by manipulating homeless people. Notorious PGS. Amazing. Storms out, but Miranda looks perfectly chipper. Oh, he may pretend to be upset, but I think the subtext was pretty clear. Thank you, Miranda and Green, for saving the entire school like the beautiful heroes you are. That's 100% a lie, but Miranda called you beautiful. Aw, it's a win. Well, we got some affection with Miranda at any rate.
Sure.
Alright, let's go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain +2 charm. Nice. You see Miranda in her gym outfit in the far end of the gym's swimming pool. Wait, the gym has a swimming pool? Where are you using it? Why are you always playing dodgeball? The previous Monster Prom makes jokes about dodgeball always happening in the gym. Why don't you get to see your classmates in swimsuits? Anyway, as you approach Miranda, she shrieks, and her merman bodyguards tackle you to the floor. Who are you? Are you here to kill me? I'm just a better swimmer. This is no basis for an assassination. Wait, you don't swim. You have no fins, and without gills, you'll just choke right away. Could you help me with this situation? I'm the best swimmer in school. My parents say that it's just how it's supposed to be, but people sometimes get just too jealous. My dad used to send such hoodlums to a farm. But now he says I'm not 11 anymore, so I have to learn to deal myself with the people who might plot my assassination. I have no idea who's even behind this. Can you help me catch those jealous people? How about a charity swim? You won't participate, and whoever comes first gets a ticket to the farm. Quantity over quality. Mines, loads of mines. Those ones that make beeping noises with big chains and spikes. They're bound to catch someone, or at least smear the message across the ceiling. See, it feels 50-50. I don't know which one is she's gonna like the most. She could like the charity swim, because it's just so crazy of an idea. I don't think she'd like the mass destruction one. I'm gonna choose the charity swim. Oh, that is a delightful idea. We can make it a charity for serfs without a master. You know, those sad ones without someone to give orders to them. I think they call them free people. And I have a list of farms from my parents. Like this one, Rancho Relaxio, but with fire instead of relax. They're not very good at naming, but they're quite good at fire. Your idea worked, but we should probably have a talk about your pets. You get +2 fun and +1 smarts. Nice. Week 4, morning. Let's go back to the auditorium. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, you totally forget your lines. It's terrible. I wonder if I should keep getting my smarts up. You know what? I'm going to keep going to class. I'm going to see what happens that way. But you don't let that get you down. You start improvising all your lines. And it's marvelous. Somehow it enhances the path of the play in unexpected ways, and that's saying something since half of your improvisation is a rap battle against your inner fears. You gain +2 creativity. You notice Polly bent over her phone while Miranda tries to peek over her shoulder. Something really interesting must be going on Polly's phone. When you get closer, though, you see that Polly's just on Tinder again, swiping right on everybody. Miranda seems entranced, though. A little worried. What did you say this was called again? Tinder? And it is an app for finding true love? Sure.
Oh, how
But I never knew. I have spent countless hours going to royal balls and kissing frogs and pretending to be in a magical slumber, when I could simply have been using this app. I mostly just use it for collecting dick pics. What are these dick pics? Tokens of affection? Oh, alas, to be so far behind in my quest for love. I am 19 years old, practically an old maid, and only now learning of this? Oh, how will I ever make up for lost time? Don't worry, I'll coach you in the mysterious ways of Tinder. You'll have a whole harem in no time. Or, you still don't have Tinder? Why should you worry having Tinder when you can actually own Tinder? Why don't you just buy the entire company? Ooh, I kind of like the idea. She might like the idea of owning all of Tinder. Woo! You guessed right. I will simply purchase the app and require all of its most attractive and heroic users to date me. It is exactly how my father met my mother, except with the Indian Ocean instead of Tinder. Polly, I will give you $230 million for Tinder. I mean, okay, but I don't actually own the company. What do you mean? I thought you said you had Tinder. Yeah, on my phone. I have a copy of the app. I don't own any successful internet startups. Oh yes, I had forgotten you were poor. I'm so sorry. It's cool.
I must depart.
Well, anyway, I'm off to buy Tinder now. Goodbye. Have fun? Now might be a good time to uninstall Tinder from your phone. Meanwhile, you gain +2 creativity and +1 smarts. Nice. Do you need a really high in one particular stat? Or do you need a balance of stats to win at this game? To get a particular date? I don't know. Let's go join Scott and Miranda. As you approach Scott and Miranda's table, you see that the entire table is covered in exotic silverware. Ooh, what's this one for? That is the forking spoon. It's a spoon for picking up your forks, so that you don't have to touch them with your fingers. And that one? That's the tuning fork. It's for making sure all your other silverware is tuned to A minor, as is proper. What about this one? That's the dairy knife. It's for milk. Wow, do people ever invent new silverwares? All the time. But none of them are any good. It would take a genius of true subtlety to improve on the existing canon. A genius of true subtlety? Genius and subtlety are your middle fucking names. You suggest the ultimate new silverware. The salad harp? Or hands? I think she'd like the salad harp. Yes, a harp? For salad? Why has no one thought of this before? Because it's hard to eat a salad with a harp? Cretin. Who said anything about eating? Isn't that what silverware is for? Perish the thought. The true purpose of silverware is to give your hands something to do while you elegantly avoid your food. And nothing is more elegant than playing a subtle lament on a harp while your serfs eat your salad for you. My serfs will finish my lunch for me. I'm off to have a harp commissioned. Miranda takes your harp shopping with her. It's a real bonding experience. Takes you harp shopping with her. It's a real bonding experience. Afterwards, you both ignore a salad together at a fancy restaurant. Win. Week 4 evening.
Sure.
Let's go to class. That day, the teacher is just tired of teaching, so she recurs to the classic technique of not giving a shit and putting on some kind of historical TV show for you to watch. What you don't expect is that it's super effective. God bless the golden era of television. The TV show is compelling, thanks to the ridiculous amount of nudity and bloodshed. But at the same time, you actually learn a lot about history. You gain +2 smarts. Nice. Woe is me, sigh. Could Miranda possibly be doing this because she wants attention? Only one way to find out. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there, as I was standing here, suffering gallantly in silence. She did, and she wasn't, but okay. I had the most tragic injustice befall me earlier this morning. I was rejected from our school's water polo team. They claimed I was mistaken about how polo is conducted underwater. Excuse me, but I was raised underwater? How is one even supposed to play water polo without a heavily armed seahorse as a mount? How, I ask you? Perhaps I offended them when I implied they were too impoverished to afford sea steeds. If so, why, I would love to make reparations. But it may be too soon for me to show my face. Would you be so kind as to take them the gift of this omelet to begin the healing? I'm told that peasants consider eggs to be a delicacy. Obviously. But what would make the gesture even better is the personal touch of toppings, caviar, eel, chocolate-covered sand crabs. They'll never forget this was a present from a mer princess. Or an elegant stenciled card with your sincerest apologies, a list of all their fears, and a bundle of compromising photographs. What? Who's compromising photographs? I'm gonna go for the toppings. Yes! Why, yes, of course! Chocolate-covered sand crabs, the food of my people! Nothing says fit for a mermaid princess like a breakfast of seafood. As we say in my kingdom, wake up and smell the slowly rotting whale carcass, and then come have a bite before we head off to the day's executions. I'm sure you have a similar saying here. Thank you so much for your service, my hero, and Godspeed to you and your seafood-filled omelet. And make sure to take lots of pictures of them eating the eggs, so we can all remember how generous I was. Sweet. I mean, less sweet in that now you have to carry eggs filled with dead fish across campus to the Water Polo Club's headquarters. But did you see how happy Miranda looked? Happy as a clam who wasn't baked into an omelet. You gain +2 charm and +1 creativity. Nice. Very nice. Week 5, morning.
Sure.
Alright. I wanted to go to the library next, but the cat is there, so let's go outdoors. That day during recess, we do another rave. You're casually chatting with Juan, the small magical Latino cat. You start telling him that hilarious story of what happened last summer at Monster Camp. You know which one. The one involving the beehive, the blow-up doll of the president, the penguin mask, and the mystery of the Goblin King. Slowly, lots of people start joining you to hear the story. By the time you say where the Goblin King was, 100 people or so burst into hysterical laughter. You turn on a mobile app that captures all the laughter and turn it into +2 fun. Nice. You notice Vera and Miranda at the edge of the rave with their arms crossed. You dance over to try to find out what's up. How would Green dance over? You're like... that is... I truly want to be excited about this uproarious event, but I'll say what we're both thinking. This rave looks like a techno trash fire. I do not wish to be crude, but it is true. I want to hang out and have a good time, but I cannot relax in this chaotic environment. I put some thought into this, and I think that the problem is a lack of color coordination. It almost always is. That's why my father painted everyone in the kingdom aquamarine. But we have no legal authority at this rave. How will we ever coordinate their colors? That's where I'm stuck right now, frankly. If only there was some way. Filter everyone through this dangerous magic prism? Color-seeking German shepherds? What? I would think Miranda would like looking at people through a dangerous magic prism. Yep. Oh, man, we're on a roll here. You pull out the prism of color separation that you crafted in your AP Attack fashion class. You toss it into the center of the dance, and it lights up like an extremely deadly disco ball. Look, it's sucking in students and spitting them out in lines, according to the color of their outfits. Why are they screaming? Does that mean it's working? Yes, that's what that means. The prism destroys several students because it can't determine the primary color of their outfits. But that's what they get for not matching. You gain +2 charm and +1 smarts. Nice. Ali Boop, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Well, there we go. Week 5 noon. Alright, where's Miranda at here? Miranda's with Liam. The table you chose is quite crowded. Liam sits across from Miranda, who is flanked by 2 well-dressed servants. One of the servants cuts a slice of Salisbury steak and feeds it to the other. Seriously, Miranda, you have servants to chew your food for you?
Disgusting!
What? Of course not. That would be barbaric. The servant happily swallows the Salisbury steak. I have servants to eat for me. They're called eating serfs. Don't you have any? Got a new phone last night and going on a little vacation today. Yeah, I think I seem to remember you mentioning that the other day, Ali. That's exciting. First of all, no, I don't eat food. Second of all, that totally defeats the purpose of eating. Aren't you worried about starving? Why would I be? My serfs get all the calories I need to stay fit and healthy.
Enough.
Ugh, I have no objective reason to care about this, but suddenly it's all I care about. Someone convince Miranda to stop this madness. Maybe you should start this madness, Liam. Imagine all the food you could Instagram without having to eat any of it. Or I could say, but Miranda, look at the contented smile on that servant's face. You think he's eating for you, but secretly he's eating for himself. Now, the tricky thing is, sometimes when you think you're going with Miranda's ideas, that doesn't exactly help her. You can still mess it up. So sometimes you need to go to what's going to appeal to Miranda. And I think she'd be upset that the servant is eating for himself and not for her. No! Oh man, we were on a roll. We were on a roll. No, it can't be! Gordo, say it isn't true. But Gordo can't say anything because his mouth is full of delicious Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak, which he is obviously eating entirely for his own benefit. Traitorous dog? Do you want me to starve to death? Is that your plan? I think maybe he was just taking advantage of the fact that you don't understand how food works. Taking advantage of me, scoundrel? Burpee, eat Gordo for me at once. The 2 serfs look at each other, then stuff as much food as they can into their mouths before fleeing the cafeteria. Alas, how will I ever get my recommended daily allowance of nutrients now? You could try eating myself? But how? You and Liam have a ton of fun laughing at Miranda as she learns how to eat food for apparently the first time in her life. Man, I didn't want to appease Liam, I wanted to appease Miranda. All right.
Sure.
Now let's go to the library. That day you spent some time on the library's PCs, playing some good old online poker. Gambling seems like a stupid and dangerous decision, but who cares? This time it paid off, so fuck it. You gain +2 money. Nice. Oh, woe is me, alas and alack a day. Miranda throwing a hissy fit? Must be Tuesday. Still, what else are you going to do? Study? Oh, hello, don't mind me. I'm simply enduring the most horrible injustice to happen to anyone ever. You shan't believe such cruelty could happen at our own school, but just today, Mrs. the Loch Ness Monster told me that I shall be receiving a B+ in her class. A B+, and all because I seldom attended. Does she not understand the importance of my daily royal manicures? Such a horrid raid will surely cause father to cease paying for my seahorse insurance as punishment, and then how shall suitors call upon me? Oh, the tragedy. If only someone knew of a way I could, I don't know, perhaps break into Principal Giant Spider's office, access his private computer, and alter my grade? Stick a web of flies outside the principal's office. When he goes out to eat, we sneak in to cheat. Burst into tears. Spiders hate tears. Let's sneak in to cheat. Oh, she liked it. My ladies-in-waiting are expert lace makers. I'm sure they shall have no problem dropping everything in order to detain a variety of bugs. Indeed, they don't, or are too terrified to object, and they create a sticky, gooey web. Principal Giant Spider emerges to gorge on dung beetles that still smell of shit, which is apparently a thing spiders like. You and Miranda sneak into his office, and using the skills you learned in Cyber Terrorism 101, hack into the files in no time. Look at that, I have an A+. I guess I underestimated my own amazingness. I am very surprised by this development. I suppose as long as we're here, I might as well fill this thumb drive with top-secret school security footage. No reason. That seems on the level. Definitely don't ask any follow-up questions. Just gain +3 charm and be cool. Alright, so we're not doing too bad, although it's the last week before we ask for the prom date. Okay, let's go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place, but the match isn't as important as the human interactions within it. You're at your peak when you decide to go for the overkill and wink at one of your teammates. He's totally mesmerized. It's the most epic wink ever. Damn, you know how to win over people's hearts. You gain +2 charm. You see Miranda hovering in the hallway, whistling to herself, and checking out her reflection in her own scales. Why, hello there, Green. How funny and random to see you here, entirely by coincidence, near your locker. Seeing as how we've been getting on so well lately, I've decided to afford you the honor and privilege of taking me to the seahorse races. You can pick me up after school today and bring me an assortment of flowers and chocolates as a gift. You're welcome. Oh man, a chance to buy shit for Miranda and take her on an outing you have no interest in? Sounds amazing. Let's rock. You go to the horse races and look for Miranda. She's wearing a beautiful and intricate horse race hat. Unfortunately, a sudden gust blows the hat away. You could swear that you hear the wind whispering, "Not enough budget." But it surely must have been your imagination. My hat. Hey, Green, I'm here. Hi, look at this. Daddy always gives me money when I go to the seahorse races. It isn't much, of course, only $3 million, but it should still make things more fun to bet. Of course, nothing would sour this lovely date faster than picking a losing horse, so I'll put this daunting choice entirely on you. How should we choose the winning seahorse so that this day goes down in memory as a pleasurable experience, rather than a sign that we should never speak again? No pressure at all here, Huttch. Yikes, no pressure then, but no worries. You know the perfect method for choosing winning race seahorses. The only way to tell a winning seahorse is by taste. Why watch people ride seahorses when you could be riding me? No, literally though, get me a saddle and let's enter the race. Would she like that? I think it's gonna be by taste. God, I don't know. Oh, man. No, by taste would be eating them. I don't think she'd like that. She didn't like when we were eating other things, I don't think. Oh, I don't know. I have no idea. No idea which one to pick. It's 50-50. Taste. I almost picked the ride. By taste? Yes, of course. Daddy always says I have excellent taste in things, and I pay my servants to agree. So why should I have anything less than great taste in tasting horses? Let's go! You and Miranda sneak down to the stables where the race seahorses are kept and proceed to lick every single last one. Ooh, mostly excellent Romanian sapphire. Tastes a little like strawberries and cream and sunshine. Yuck. Grand Slam Prix 4000 tastes like dirt. Definitely not a winner. My goodness. Little Perfect Pixie Sunburst Jumbotron tastes just like rotten fish. A true delicacy in my kingdom. This will be the winning seahorse. I'm certain of it. You and Miranda put all of your combined 3,000,001 money down and hurry back to your seats. The race is beyond exciting. Nearly too close to call. Bubbles everywhere. Waves crashing. Merjockeys for position. Until finally... Yes, Little Perfect Pixie Sunburst Jumbotron has won the race. Huzzah! Truly, Green, you have spectacular taste in women. And seahorses as well, it would seem. I eagerly await further gifts with your winnings from today's event. I would describe this date as certainly pleasant, and absolutely consider you a viable suitor. You may kiss my hand. Wow, from Miranda, that's like third base. Yes. You gain +2 money from that bet and +1 charm from that hand kiss. Should we try and purchase Miranda a gift?
Sure.
I don't know. I could, but I'm worried I'm going to waste a turn when she hasn't asked for anything specific. Yeah, it's going to go hang out at her table. You find Liam artfully arranging his food while Miranda diligently sorts her silverware. Neither of them is eating, obviously. Have you found it yet? Trying, Liam, but finding the perfect silverware for your cafeteria food pick is an art, not a science. How hard could it be? It's just silverware. Just silverware? And I suppose the food in your food pick is just food? No, it's a metaphor for urban consumption in a post-modern industrialized mega-society. Well, my silverware is a metaphor for silverware. Yes, is that not enough? It's more than enough. But can we hurry it along? The lighting is perfect right now, and I don't want to lose it. You're a bit of a silverware aficionado yourself. Maybe you can speed up the selection process while simultaneously demonstrating your knowledge. Try the picture fork. It's a fork for taking pictures of. Nothing conveys elegance and taste like a gloating spoon. I think Miranda actually likes gloating spoons. I think that's actually a thing with her. Guys, we may actually do it. We may actually get a Monster Prom date. Ah yes, the gloating spoon. The most distinguished of utensils. What's a gloating spoon? Well, of course you wouldn't know about it. Rude. No, I wasn't being rude. Rudeness is simply the way one must introduce a gloating spoon. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Well, of course you didn't. You're not as cultured as I am. Such smug superiority. I am no match for this spoon. Miranda produces the gloating spoon with much fanfare. It looks like a regular spoon to you, but then what do you know, you peasant? You convince Miranda to spend some time with you after lunch, lovingly explaining the spoon's finer points, even though spoons don't have points. Wop wop. Alright, this is it. The last moment of time to earn points.
Sure.
And interaction with Miranda before we ask her out to the prom. Let's go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class, intending to spend the term in the bathrooms. But you encounter 3 wild hyenas on the way there. Who the fuck runs security here? Anyway, you subdue them with the help of a hair comb. God bless the Monster Scouts, and all the idiotic scenarios they prepared you for. By the time you get to the bathrooms, you've totally gained +2 boldness. Nice. Oh my word, what a wonderful, beautiful, exciting day. I hope someone can share in my joy. My great aunt sea monster, unholy terror, McCracken face o' Cthulhu, has just received an award for her work with shipwrecks. She's now one of their leading causes. One of the leading causes of shipwrecks. I want to send her my congratulations, but no one from the Postal Service will go near her lair for fear of their lives. Oh, if only some brave hero would volunteer to deliver this important and time-sensitive missive. Why is a letter of congratulations so time-sensitive, you ask? Well, it's because of... Well, you see, it's that these are very special congratulations, with instructions to do something congratulatory for herself, you know? Just get her the letter. There's something fishy about this request, but you've never let that stop you before. You come up with a foolproof plan. Hire Scuba, the underwater taxi service, to deliver the letter for you. Amazing. Dynamite the toilet, dive into the sewer, and swim there yourself? I'm gonna hire Scuba. With just a touch of a button, you're able to call a Scuba driver to your school. You give him very specific instructions as to the latitude and longitude, but conveniently leave out the part about the sea monster. A few days later, you see the fruits de mer of your labor. Oh, you wonderful person! The letter reached Great Aunt Sea Monster Unholy Terror McCracken Face o' Cthulhu with no problem. And she was ever so grateful for the delicious midnight snack. Ooh, the Scuba driver. She said she would act on the letter immediately. Act on the congratulations that I sent by thanking me, which she did. So it's all over and neatly wrapped up now. Nothing further happening here. Yep, seems entirely legit. Great Aunt Sea Monster Unholy Terror McCracken Face o' Cthulhu gained a crunchy victim of gig culture, and you gained +3 charm. Nice. Guys, I feel good. The Monster Prom draws near. I think we're gonna do it. Who will you ask to prom? Miranda! Ask Miranda to the prom, come on!
Sure.
Prom? Sure. How could I say no to my beautiful accomplice? Amazing! We did it! We did it! What do I mean by accomplice? I mean, it was clear all this time, right? I stole some eggs from that sea monster, then my serfs cooked an omelet, and you took pictures of the water polo team eating it. And remember when we totally stole the addresses of the whole team from Principal Giant Spider's computer? Such good times. Then it was just a matter of delivering the pictures and the addresses to the sea monster, who by my calculations will soon be hunting all of those unpolite peasants down. So the quest we had with her the whole time this time was to get this whole thing organized. Interesting. They rejected me, and I'm sure it has always been clear that you do not reject Miranda Vanderbilt. So in a way, it was sort of all on them, right? It has been so sweet of you, my charming knight in shining armor. Damn. You feel a bit bad, both for being an accomplice to multiple manslaughter, and for feeling weirdly aroused by Miranda's ruthlessness. But love is blind, so a date it is. You have a delightful evening, and in the end, isn't that what counts? Isn't it? By the end of it, Miranda even invites you to her house to show you the corpses of the water polo team, which she's had stolen from their funerals.
No one messes with Miranda Vanderbilt.
Whoa! This picture, though. You're still troubled by the fact that kind of excites you, but obviously Miranda isn't troubled about being excited by a successful, merciless vendetta. So you end up celebrating your victory and feasting over what's left of her enemies. Wow, we did it! We got an ending! Green, most likely to become an expert on Bulgarian cartoons. Miranda, best at wearing a crown. Wow! We did it! We got a date for the prom! Amazing! These 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does. Life happened, and it was wonderful. Miranda and Damien received an award from Smalltopia for their work as city planners. Smalltopia's citizens still insist the award was fake, and they pray every day for the two of them to stop messing with their city. Scott became an athlete. Not so long ago, he won a prestigious national award for being the best at doing sports. Liam honed his most admirable skill and got a job with it. He now designs Instagram filters. For those 6 weeks, the monster prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for monster prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. There we go, recap of the year. Okay, here's the different pictures we get now. Some new pictures with this DLC. Interesting. Slender Man and Poison Ivy. A hot dog eating contest. Amazing. Oh, there's the silverware. That's awesome. They're guarding a gremlin and Mumra. Incredible. Yeah, so clearly they've got new photographs and new pictures with the Monster Prom second term DLC. Doing laundry. Board game night. Frank juice. Amazing. They're on a roller coaster. Amazing. Felicia Day as Violet. Felicia Day does voice in this game? That's amazing. Oh, that's funny. Makes sense. Jesse Cox was the producer of this game. At the amusement park. So apparently with each playthrough, you unlock different photographs and different aspects of the game. So each playthrough, you get more and more materials from the game to check out. Might Fox, thank you for those emotes. Thanks for playing The Princess to My Castle. The shop now has a paper map. So vintage. What's the point to buying those items, though? You've unlocked 10 new images in the gallery. I've never really bought or used objects from the store in the game, so I don't have much of an idea of what kind of part they really play. Well, you know what? I do want to try and get Zoe, the Cthulhu-themed monster, as a prom date. So I'm tempted to play another round, but this time maybe a 30-minute round as opposed to an hour round, and see if we can't get Zoe as a date for the prom. So I'm going to take a quick break just to go and grab a quick snack, and then I'll be right back, and we're going to play some more Monster Prom. So sit tight, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I'm back, and I have something a little more substantial to eat. Got some pasta, a little meatball on there. Decided I need something to fill the gap. Keep me kind of well fed and supplied for going into more gaming stuff. But I can't read Monster Prom and eat at the same time. So let me take a quick break from Monster Prom here, and let's see if there's something we can watch while I quickly wolf down this food. Let's check out something here. Let's see if we got something we can watch. Oh, yes, The Tick Season 2. This looks funny. If you know of The Tick, this was a comic, came out in like the late 80s, early 90s. It was made into an animated series. They tried one live adaptation of The Tick at one point in time, starring, it was the same guy who played, I'm going to forget his name, so I can't say it, but he's a famous actor. But they've just tried to make another live adaptation again. Amazon has been producing the show, and they're doing a second season. So I'll show you the trailer for this here. Make that full screen so you can check it out.
Yesterday you bested your nemesis. Today you wake anew, ready to begin following the hero's way.
I think you're right, Tick.
What?
I'm in.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic!
I have been itching to hone that danger reflex of yours.
Think quick.
What?
We'll be working on that one a lot, chum.
City's been freed from the terror.
New villains will plunder. New heroes will rise.
I'm with Aegis. We're reopening the local Aegis branch.
Next stop, testing. Stand in the yellow square.
The yellow square says danger.
Yes, that's the one.
Sage, the supernumerary. I wield the mystic power of the blind eye.
Right. It's staring right at me.
Everyone keeps talking about this new wave of heroes.
Well, this is a little fun, right?
Well, I'll give them a wave. I'll give them a damn tsunami.
Miss Lint is continuing the spree of evil. It's a spreevel!
It's a spreevel.
Okay. Getting a mission ready.
Welcome to the club.
You're so up for a mission.
First rule of the club is shut up.
He runs hot.
First rule.
Hello, boys.
I'm really grateful that I met you all, and I really want to help you not go extinct.
Ron Star was saying we should do a team up. Oh, the team ups.
Who doesn't love a team up?
I need to kill.
You need a hug.
What was that?
Hug fight!
Hug fight. They capture the Tick so well. The feel of the original comics and such. So really well. Hug fight. So good. So good. I used to see if there were some new game trailers that we could check out. X-Men Dark Phoenix is a new movie coming out soon. Try to find here. Bum, bum, bum. Used to be a whole channel for new game trailers. That does not seem to be the, excuse me, case. Well, let me check GameSpot trailers. I would think GameSpot trailers would be a pretty good place to check for new trailers, I would think. Ooh, A Plague Tale. This looks interesting. This is a game I've been thinking of playing. Let's watch that one. Oh. Okay. Now you can see it.
I promise you, tonight we shall dine like kings.
But the feast isn't on your plate quite yet.
No! Go, Leon! Don't lose the scent!
This sunshine won't last long. We're lucky to be in this house.
Mother?
Shh! You are to stay here with your brother.
Move! Come on! I won't ask again. Where is your son?
Amicia!
You have no idea. Leave while you still can.
Kill the sister! Take the boy alive!
Must protect him.
Are you stupid or what? I am not stupid!
I know you, Amicia de Rome.
Amicia, you killed him.
I didn't want to.
There's something in the ground, Amicia! I'm sorry. I'm sick.
No.
May 14th. It still looks interesting. I think that's definitely going to be on the list. I think it's going to make it on the list of games to play for sure. For sure. Minecraft Steven Universe official mashup. Awesome. Awesome. What else can we check out here? Kind of had a lot of big releases recently, so there's a bit of a slow period, I think, right now in terms of game releases. Days Gone looks interesting. Days Gone is probably a game that I'm going to check out, so... Movie Hangout stuff, don't we have that set already? Sarah and Deacon's wedding trailer. Okay, let's check that out. Since it is a game that I'm interested in playing. Another zombie apocalypse game. Hopefully it brings something new to the table. Gameplay-wise. We'll see. Only on PlayStation. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm excited for Last of Us 2 as well. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That'll definitely be a game to play. Uh-oh. Oh no. Is Sarah gone, Deacon?
It's a shame.
Of course she is.
Well, traditionally the groom goes first.
So this is for a game called Days Gone. That's yet to be released. It's coming out in the future.
Beacon. I want you to know that that's how much you mean to
I'm always gonna love you. And I ain't ever gonna leave you.
He's here somewhere. Find him. Start looking. Go far. Find him.
This ring is my promise.
Oh. Oh no. And here come the zombies.
Even though I know you tell me to.
April 26th. Okay, that's not too far away. Well, there you have it. There you have it. Another trailer for Days Gone. I hope it's interesting. I mean, maybe because the zombie genre is so overdone now, that's really the only way you can make a game that's going to stand out in the crowd is by having a good story. Certainly that's what The Last of Us did really well. The story and the character is just really captivating. I mean, the action was great too. I don't want to downplay the gameplay and the action, but the characters and the story in Last of Us were part of what really carried that game into the kinds of awards it got. All right. Let's jump back into Monster Prom. We'll start the game back up again here. And we're going to try and get Zoe, the Cthulhu girl. We're going to try and get her to the prom. Let's see if we can succeed. But we did succeed at getting Miranda, so that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That we finally got a date for Monster Prom. And this time I'm going to do a short game, around 30 minutes, rather than the big long game. Let me finish this sour key. You don't need to hear me chewing into the microphone. ASMR. Sour key ASMR. Nobody needs to hear that, Mike Fox. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Oh, you gotta say it with me now. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Oh, I thought I was gonna say I'm ready to start. Okay, let's be yellow this time. This time we'll be yellow.
All right.
We had yet to experience the ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. 3 weeks were left. Okay, so you have 3 weeks to do this as opposed to 6. Okay. Well, we met all these characters earlier. Miranda's who we got last time. She's cute and genocidal. Polly Geist, we tried last 2 days ago. Damien LeVay. Liam de Leoncourt. Zoe, age 4 ever. That's who we want to get this time around. An eldritch cutie who went from endless deity of the Dark Realms to ultimate fangirl. So she likes fandoms, but she's also a bit like endless deity of the Dark Realms, so we'll see. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date and 3 weeks to woo them. We were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Let's do it. Okay, pop quiz. What kind of stats do we need for Zoe, though? I'm still kind of guessing on that. Ali Boop, welcome back. And you ordered coffee. What kind of coffee did you order? How would you talk a cop out of arresting you? Use your gaming skills. Everyone knows that a police officer has to drop any charges on you if you manage to beat them at a fair Yu-Gi-Oh card duel. Use your seduction skills. They don't call it fuck the police for nothing. Use your acting skills. Convince the officer you're actually the police. You know what? Go for the overkill and make them pay you a fine. I would think as a fangirl, Zoe would probably like the Yu-Gi-Oh card duel thing. So I'm going to say use your gaming skills for that one. White mochas. Oh, right. Yeah, you mentioned white mochas the other day are one of your favorites. Iced, though. 2 of them. Wow. If you could put a curse on your worst enemy, what would it do? Oh, this was the Panther one. Doses of radiation. Okay, this time let's go for the Panther one. So bold. You find your zodiac sign to be inaccurate. Design your own personal zodiac sign. The rad sword on fire, the regal 1%, the happy-go-lucky ecstasy pill, the cute pup, the ambiguous iguana, or the randomly arranged set of stars. Which one would Zoe like? The ambiguous iguana? Cute pup I feel would be Miranda, ecstasy pill would be Polly, regal 1% would be Vera, rad sword would be Damien. Sounds good, Ali Boop. Let's go with set of stars. Dang it. Well, she wasn't on there, so. You find a genie in a bottle. You can ask for whatever you want. What do you ask for? Before asking for anything, you try to negotiate up to the 3 standard wishes. A rainbow that you can eat. I don't ask for anything. I drink the genie from the bottle. I can grant my own wishes. His friendship. For Shinji and Kaworu to be canon. That's Zoe's. That's definitely Zoe's. Yes! Fangirl answer. Alright, we're on our way. Hopefully we can do this.
Alright.
Alright, Yellow. Let's get that date with Zoe. Let's go to the auditorium. That day while rehearsing class play, blah 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 blah. Performance is intense and inspiring. Remember for generations. You gain +2 creativity. You catch the tail end of a classic Zoe Calculuster exchange. But student teacher fic is super overdone. It makes me really uncomfortable because, like, the inherent imbalance of power. Like, could you imagine how problematic it would be if PGS hooked up with one of us? PGS being Principal Giant Spider. Yuck.
Server error.
I cannot seem to recall what Principal Giant Spider looks like anyway. Image PGS not found. Ah, the joys of new students adjusting to the rules of Spooky High.
Get down to business!
Who's this? You there, Killing Machine and Abyssal Terror. Rude. I need an impressive ally in my fight against the reign of the LeVays over the 8th Circle of Hell. Input, quippy response about your sense of fashion being from the 8th Circle of Hell. Amazing. I have no need for your robo-criticisms. What I need is the power of a being beyond the average monster to aid in my glorious and righteously justified takeover. No thanks. I'd rather just write a steamy fanfiction in which you and Damien are a crack ship who hate sex just to annoy you for annoying us. We need to act now while King and King LeVay are distracted by throwing an admittedly adorable theme brunch I'm not leaving without one of you with me. Holy shit, she really means it. Time to help one of your classmates out. Guess you better decide which one you don't like. School is full of tough choices. Okay, so we're trying to figure out whoever we send to go with her is the one we don't like. Dahlia, don't be fooled. This Eldritch Being is clearly under Damien's spell already. Look at all these pictures she drew of Damien shirtless. She's a LaVey sympathizer. No, calling this robot a killing machine is inaccurate. A real killing machine would be a tank. And he's not a tank, so he's worthless. Go look for a tank. Let's say Dahlia, don't be fooled. What? She's drawn hundreds of these. Yes. Yes, I have. Girl Damien from Spookcat High. Pirate Damien from Spooky High Seas. Dr. Damien from Spooky ICU. Why are they all so compelling? Because Damien is a spicy red sex pot. He does look very... No, Dahlia, snap out of it. The LaVeys must be destroyed for their arrogance and monopoly on hell. Per the abyssal terror, you're out. Let's go, killing machine. Error. Label killing machine, inaccurate descriptor. Found file, friendship with Damien LaVey. Seriously? With the amount of violence and arson he commits, you would think someone in this school would be willing to betray his family. And when I find such a student, woe to the wicked. The wicked in this case being the reign of the LaVeys. Thank goodness she's gone. Now we can start on that Dahlia fic. What do you think, Yellow? Damian or Dahlia as their ship name? Those definitely look like misspellings of their actual names. But rather than tell Zoe that, you enjoy her enjoyment and gain +2 fun and +1 boldness. Nice. Did good. Week 1 noon. Here we go.
All right.
Where is Zoe? Here she is. You sit down with Zoe and Scott. Scott is eating his trademark pizza sandwich, which is just 3 slices of pizza on top of each other. Zoe has a notebook out and is taking notes. How do you get your food, Scott? Why do you want to know so bad? It's pretty normal. No, it can't be normal. I'm doing research for my latest fanfic. Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of love. It's about a pack of werewolves going on the biggest hunt of their lives. A hunt that will change them as hunters, but also as werepeople. They went looking for food, but what they found was personal growth and a new understanding of group sexual practices. Also food. So that's why I need to know, how do you hunt? Oh, well, normally I go to the cafeteria and I ask for pizza. That's it? What about hunting in a pack? Enjoying the spoils together in a feast of blood and rage, exploring each other's bodies. I guess sometimes me and my cousins order pizza at home, and then the pizza comes, and then we eat the pizza. Zoe does not look at all satisfied with Scott's answer. Maybe you can get Scott to give some juicier info, or convince Zoe that ordering pizza is actually dramatic. Oh, but Scott, what about when you go searching for pizza in the wild? Or Zoe, don't dismiss the utter suspense and extreme pathos of waiting endlessly for the pizza to arrive. Truly, it is the central tragedy of the 21st century. I don't know. Am I really going to convince her that waiting for pizza is a tragedy?
Oh, bro.
Ooh. We guessed rightly. Oh man, we did that one time and it was the worst. There was no cell phone service, so instead of calling for a delivery, we had to transform into wolves and chase it down. And then when we got there, it wasn't even a pizza, it was 3 deer. And there wasn't any bread or cheese, so instead of bread, we used deer flesh, and instead of cheese, we used more deer flesh. Instead of pepperoni, we used deer flesh. No, beef jerky. We're not animals. Oh, I think you are, Scott. I think you are. Now, how did you all sleep on your little camping trip? In the nude or nude and cuddling? Looks like this conversation is finally going the way Zoe wanted it to. She shoots you an appreciative wink with one of the light-devouring voids that pass for her eyes. Aww. Week 1 evening. So this should be a much shorter game with the 30 minutes. Let's go to outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point, like 300 people, someone summons demons. You gain +2 fun. So I think fun is something that Zoe likes. You were going to help Zoe with her math homework after, but you notice her surrounded by a crowd of sinister cloaked figures. She seems pissed about it. Guys, stop it! I don't want any dead goats. I'm at school.
You must commence the rituals.
We understand you perfectly, Lord Zagord. This is the test. We must bring you even more dead goats to satisfy your dark hunger. What? No, that's the opposite of what I said. I don't go by Zagord anymore. I'm Zoe, okay? Nice. Zoe as a play on Zagord. Can we take a rain check on that study session, Yellow? I can't stand to be around these jerks. Zoe brushes past you on her way out. The cultists stare at you with unconcealed awe. Well, okay, it's concealed by their terrifying masks, but still. Zagord addressed you by name, and you did not go mad with pleasure. It addressed you almost as if you were an equal. It passed within inches of your frail mortal frame, and what's more, it mentioned rain. Could it be that it was referring to the fabled storm of cerebrospinal fluid which will one day come to quench all sanity? Brothers, sisters, bow down before Yellow, for he is clearly the prophet of Zagord. Please, O prophet, guide our worship, for we have noticed of late that our Lord appears dissatisfied with our sacrifices. The blood of many goats once pleased Zagord, and yet now we do not understand what has changed. Poor cultists. That's pretty obvious. Perhaps, given your special relationship with our incomprehensible master, you could suggest a new sort of sacrifice that would please it? Ah, fuck it. You got nothing better to do. You decide to be a prophet for the day. You tell them that what they should really be sacrificing. It's important to learn from your mistakes, so sacrifice another goat, but write "we're sorry" on the side. Or sacrifice your own harmful prejudices. Let's go prejudices.
So blasphemous.
But our harmful prejudices are precious to us. They're how we remain reliably unpleasant, the better to unplease Zagord. Maybe that's how it was with Zagord, you explain, but Zoe's got an entirely different set of standards that don't involve being a bigot. Ah, your wisdom truly is subtle and deep. Very well, bring out the prejudices! One of the cultists steps forward with a steel-banded box stained with blood and scorched by fire. You're not sure exactly what's inside, but it smells pretty racist. Now, bring out the vat of acid we always carry around. Where are they keeping all this stuff? Those robes must be really roomy. Now, dissolve the prejudices in acid. Go on, do it. The box dissolves with a sound like 1,000 grandmothers disapproving of your gender identity. Ah, we are suddenly unprotected from new and radical ideas. The revelations are flooding in. Could it be that we have been jerks? Alas, it is true. And it is true also that our Lord demands from us one further sacrifice. It is the greatest sacrifice of all. We must sacrifice the past. The name Zagord is gone, perished along with the dark timeline that gave it birth. Here and now, we rededicate ourselves to a new cult. The cult of Zoe. Wow, that worked way better than you expected. Maybe you can dissolve the prejudices of other bigots in acid, too. Or maybe you can just dissolve the bigots in acid. Either way, you gain +2 charm and +1 boldness. Nice. Oh my goodness. Week 2 morning.
All right.
This time we'll go to class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all, blah blah blah. You gain +2 smarts. Zoe looks particularly perplexed, and you're perplexed as to why you would have paid good money for a DLC. If not to date Zoe, so you decide to butt in. Oh hey, Yellow. Mrs. the Loch Ness Monster wants me to embrace my heritage by driving someone insane for this practical assignment. But I've just done that for so many millennia as a full-out, no-marking eldritch horror. I don't know how to find my way back to it as a high school girl. It's like when you listen to your favorite song from middle school years later, only to realize that now you only ever drive people insane when you're hungry and want to feed on their minds. Ah, yes. Followed for more relatable content, I'm sure. There's all the classic stuff, of course. I could boil and freeze their blood alternately until it flows no more. Or maybe cause each skin cell to grow a conscience and fight about politics until they destroy each other. Leaving only muscles and bones, free to the elements, free to an uncaring god above. But that's Zagord, you know? It's not Zoe. How would Zoe drive someone insane? Bring the poor soul on a journey through deviant art's most deviant and artist depths. Or force the poor soul to join your Evangelion Club's 10-hour meeting to discuss the hidden meaning of the series. Oh, I think like she would like the deviant art deal, but the Evangelion Club could be a good way to torture them. Oh man, yes, my Evangelion Club drives everyone insane. I mean, come along, Yellow, for a very normal and reasonable time that will be normal and reasonable. You follow Zoe to her Evangelion fan club, and the madness begins. Obviously, if you look at EOE, the original series, the sequel, and the manga, it becomes very clear that there are some differences that can only be explained by the fact that the timeline is constantly repeating itself. Zoe launches into a deep, deep, deep explanation of this theory with a slideshow from every aforementioned media. By the end of Hour 1, you're starting to feel very informed. By the end of Hour 2, you're starting to feel drained. By Hour 3, it's Hour 5, or is it back to Hour 1? Time is starting to lose all meaning. By Hour 10 million, your bones are too long and your mind is not filled with thoughts, but with the buzzing of flies. By Hour 0, the timeline is constantly repeating itself, just as Zoe says, Hey, Yellow, snap out of it, we did it, we did it! Your eyes were rolling in the back of your head and your mouth was foaming, and you were speaking in the tongue of the beast. It was fantastic. We both got full marks. Thank you for helping me, even though it looked severely, mentally, emotionally, and perhaps physically painful to you. Psh, nothing is too mentally, emotionally, and physically painful to get to prom. Otherwise, you wouldn't be playing this game. Wow, meta. The game of love, obviously. But you are, so take +2 charm and +1 creativity. Nice. Week 2 noon.
Alright.
Alright, let's go sit with Zoe and Miranda. Oh, we've been through this situation. So I know the answer to this one. Miranda and Zoe talking about fanfic and propaganda. We made the wrong answer to get Zoe last time, so this time around I know what to answer to get Zoe on our side. Don't eat the sushi. This one. Oh, I'm sorry, Miranda. I didn't realize your surfs were common and inexpensive. I won't ask them any questions. Wait. Of course my surfs are expensive and rare. They're the most expensive and the most rare. So you're saying they do have inner rich lives? Rich? Why, their inner lives are positively wealthy. Opulent, even. Tell them, surfs. At Miranda's urging, her surfs share with you their childhood dreams of becoming marine biologists, their mutual love of ukulele music, and their well-reasoned opinions on income inequality.
Spoiler alert, you rock!
Wow, thanks you two. This really is a wealth of information. Of course it is. Once again, it looks like lying was the answer. Zoe's certainly grateful. Alright, we got in good with Zoe. Week 2 evening.
Alright.
Okay, this time let's go to the library. Wait, did we go to the library already? No, we haven't been to the library yet. That day you spend some time on the library's PCs, mining some bitcoins, blah blah blah. And we gain +2 money, I believe. Yep, +2 money. You spot Zoe and say hello. She seems to be in a pretty good mood.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Yellow. Sorry about running out on you before. I was just overwhelmed by all that cult stuff. Speaking of them, they've actually been a lot better lately. They're still pretty clueless, but at least they haven't given me any more dead animals. I wonder what's gotten into them. Well, better not to mess with success.
Zoe, out.
Anyway, I gotta go... Zoe. Anyway, I gotta go study for my ambush finance midterms. Later. As Zoe leaves, you notice her cultists peeking around a corner. When she's gone, they sheepishly approach you.
Welcome to the
Hey,
end
Yellow.
of the world.
Praise be to you for your unholy wisdom and stuff. We were just wondering, did Zoe say anything about us? Does she like all the dead goats we're not giving her? Are we using the right pronouns? We all love her so much, and we want to make sure she's as happy or unhappy or ruthlessly insane as she could possibly be. I love her the most of all. Who said that? Whoever you are, you can't possibly love her more than I do. I'm the one standing at the front. I was standing front last time. We all look the same because we're all wearing masks. Silence! You can't silence me. You're not my Grandmaster. Well, someone is, right? I mean, we have a Grandmaster, don't we? What kind of cult would we be without a Grandmaster? We don't, do we? Well, that won't do. Please, Yellow, grace us with your wisdom. How shall we choose our Grandmaster? You need to learn to think like your mistress. Become a high school student for a day, and the answer will be obvious to you. Or the title of Grandmaster should go to whoever can compose the best theme song to sing to Zoe every morning as if it's a new episode of her life. I don't think she'd like that. She doesn't seem to want them tailing around her. But she does seem to be in for the experience of becoming a high school student, so you need to learn to think like your mistress.
Today, we respect your word.
Indeed, in the past we have often contorted our forms in dark rituals in order to better comprehend the state of our dread leader. But this will be our most unwholesome transformation yet. Still, it must be done. Bring forth the backpacks and the 3-ring binders. Throw open the vaults and despoil them of their phone charms.
We must commence the rituals.
This is going to be the best semester of all time. The cultists disperse throughout the school in their new gear to get the full spooky high experience. And soon, we have learned a great deal in the past 30 minutes. Most of all, we have learned that high school is essentially a glorified popularity contest, with a side of wanton drug abuse interrupted by occasional learning. We are a drug-free cult and have sworn off learning as part of our pact with our dread leader, but the popularity thing gave us an idea. We are hereby elevating our most popular member to the role of Grand Master, Rad Phillip. Please step to the front of the group. Rad Phillip steps to the front of the group. He looks exactly like everyone else, but that swagger, so cool. Just by watching him, you gain +2 charm and +1 fun. Nice. Guys, we're on a roll here. Week 3 morning, we're on a roll to get Zoe as our prom date. Alright, let's go to the gym. Epic dodgeball match. Everything seems lost, but we deliver a good speech. Spectacular comeback. Natural born leader. +2 charm. Nice. So, I was playing FOF. Ooh, I was playing FOF. I'm Zoe, and I was playing FOF. Who's this guy? I hope that stands for fuck off, faker, because that's what you are. You're a faker. What? How do you figure, Leonard? I was just trying to tell Yellow how much fun I was having being a fake gamer girl. Because if you were a real gamer girl, you wouldn't need to talk about how fun games are. You would just be playing them. A real fan doesn't go around shoving their fanness in people's faces. That's just what girls do because they're just doing it for attention. Leonard, literally all you do is try to prove that you're a real fan. You're the one who interrupted this perfectly normal conversation. Fake conversation? Leonard! Fake Leonard! No wait, real Leonard! Girls are the fake ones! So, are you saying that there are no real gamer girls? Thought I had met one, once. She wasn't like all the other girls. Right up until she was, when the bitch friend-zoned me and went and dated some asshole Chad Cobra. Wait, how did that have anything to do with her interest in gaming? Poor Zoe. She's new enough to this whole being a high school girl thing. She has no idea that there is no reasoning with the Leonards of the world. Not to be a white knight or anything, but you really should step in and find a way to distract Leonard, so you and Zoe can discuss absolutely gender-neutral topics like gaming in peace. Distract Leonard by finally creating the perfect real gamer girl profile on Twitter. Tell Leonard that you heard someone saying there's no wrong way to play video games. The video games seem more like what he'd fall for. Woo! Yes! I also heard that they were saying every way of enjoying video games is valid, as long as it's fulfilling for you personally. What? Who said that? No wrong way to enjoy video games, that's insane. What about casually with friends? That's a wrong way to enjoy video games. How about enjoying them in a way that doesn't shit on other people's enjoyment just because their perspective deviates from yours? That doesn't sound right now, does it? Fucking cucks trying to ruining video games for everyone else. I need to put an end to this rumor right now. Wow, she likes it. She's into my strategies. Anyway, I was playing FOF the other day. Zoe gets to finish her story uninterrupted, and you get to learn about her passions and interests. What a delightful way to gain +2 charm and +1 fun. Oh, guys. We are doing so good. Week 3 noon. Whew.
All right.
I think we got it, guys. I don't want to knock on wood too quickly, but... Oh, marshmallows. We've done this one. We've done the marshmallow one. Zoe slams a marshmallow. 15 marshmallows. Scott stuffs 6 marshmallows. Ancient Chaos, Doomed to Worlds. Murar.
Not cool.
Right, we can't control your mouse. Yeah, that's not nice, Scotty. Good boy or not. That was the one. That was the one that Zoe likes. Man, if we can get good on this last decision, we may have a perfect round where we got everything correct to get Zoe out to Monster Prom. Week 3 evening, here we go. This could do it.
All right.
All right, let's go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms. Some people just want to watch the world burn. We gain +2 boldness. Okay. You finish what you're doing and are about to settle down for some quality slacking off when Zoe's cultists come shuffling over again.
Welcome.
Greetings, mighty prophet.
The end of the world.
Your disguise is so convincing today. You look for all the world like an ordinary high school student. Yeah, cool. You ask them what they want. Want is a concept alien to us. We receive everything we could possibly desire through communion with our dark mistress. But, we need some advice. You see, tonight is the recurrence of an event which used to bear great significance to the cult of Zagord. It is the night when the bloody moon passes between the laws of Dracolich Peak, causing this realm and the plane of torment to merge. We usually plan all kinds of events for ritual cannibalism, profane summonings, a partial reading of Dianetics. Nice. But the cult of Zagord is no more. We are the cult of Zoe now, and we want to do something to show Our Lady of Endless Regret how much we've changed.
Let the ritual commence.
As you have not yet led us astray, O great and terrible prophet, we humbly petition for advice. What ritual would be worthy of the mighty Zoe? A classic cult suicide. Except instead of drinking poison, we all drink delicious blue Gatorade. Or the most powerful bonding ritual ever, a cute slumber party. That does not seem like what Zoe would be into. I don't think the slumber party is what Zoe would be into. But I think the cult suicide, where they all, if they had actually all drank poison and died, I think that's actually what Zoe would like. But I'm gonna go for that one. We've done perfect so far, so maybe if we just mess up one, we can still win, per se. We'll see.
You wouldn't even
No! Okay, well, at least we only got... That's the first one we've gotten wrong, so... Maybe we can still ask Zoe out to the prom. Wait, just blue Gatorade? Without any poison in it? Yes, you explain. No poison, because poison is a dangerous substance that is bad to drink. Oh. Wow, that explains so much. Alright, serve up that tasty, poison-free blue Gatorade. Luckily, you stockpiled 900 gallons of blue Gatorade in case of a worldwide blue Gatorade shortage. You pass out bottles to everyone. Great. Now we'll just go over here and take off our masks so we can drink this tasty fluid. Wow, you've never actually seen the cultists without their masks on. You wonder what they look like. Oh no. As soon as they are exposed to the light, the cultists' face bubble and melt like fountains of cheese fondue. Zoe chooses this exact moment to appear. Wouldn't she like this? Hey Yellow, have you seen my cult anywhere? I was just going to thank them for behaving so... well.
Spoiler alert? You suck.
I really thought they'd change, but no. Blah 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 comes around and suddenly gets right back to mass suicide by ritual unmasking. Typical. I feel like we got baited a little bit into that choice there. You were doing so well, but then you just had to offer them blue Gatorade. Shame on you. You lose -2 smarts and -1 fun because you're out of Gatorade. What? This I call shenanigans. The Monster Prom draws near. Oh guys, I don't know, I'm nervous. I'm nervous if Zoe's gonna say hi. Or say yes.
Hey,
Ask Zoe to the prom.
Alright.
You finally... oh, she's gonna say no. No! Zoe plus Yellow doesn't add up to any funny or cool ship names. And everyone knows that's the first rule of choosing a date. No!
Spoiler alert? You suck.
Oh, call me if by any... really? I got everything perfect! I only made one mistake! Unforgiving, this game.
Headcanon idea. Zoe doesn't
This
like you.
This failure haunted you the rest of your life, and you never moved on, becoming a total and constant failure. You never succeeded at anything again. Except for that time you won at Monsters Got Talent, but your talent was being a failure at love. It astonished everyone how bad you were at romance. Wow. Not any less sad, though. Man! Ugh! So close, guys. So close. Maybe if I'd done the 60-minute version, I would have had a better chance of winning that, but... suck! Yes, yes, Monster Prom ended. Garfield still hates Mondays and loves lasagna, but you can bet he's into lots of weird stuff, too. Damien found peace in the most unexpected way. He kept punching everything till one day he punched his own anger to death. He's written a book about it. Liam honed his most admirable skill, Instagram filters. We read that one. Wow. So close. Dang it. I can't believe we made one mistake and then we don't get Zoe. Man. This is a tough game. It's not that easy to win. I gotta say. It's not just a casual kind of stroll through play game. There's a lot of strategy and smart choices you need to make. Man. Yes, I've unlocked new images in the gallery, but I didn't get a prom date with Zoe. Ah, well. Okay, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and then we're going to switch over to The Sims 4 to do some building. There's a challenge that my friend Rainbow Deanna has put out of building a camper for the new Strangerville DLC expansion stuff that's been added to The Sims 4. So I'm going to stop the stream and restart the stream again when we're going back into Sims 4. So we'll see you all in a quick little bit.